I'm good, G. That's good.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to Adelaide, welcome to today, and welcome to the freedom that we all deserve. I'll step down another step. Please make sure on the footpath there's a line through, if you could please, for the pedestrians. Save them ducking and weaving to those that are passing trade. Jolly good. All right, I've got a couple of quick announcements. In fact, I've got dozens of them, but I'll get these ones done first. Matilda Morton's got a raffle going down here with 3 prizes, and it will be drawn today before we go on our little walk. So please support Matilda's raffle. Now, Craig from the Freedom Action Alliance has an event coming up at Norwood Concert Hall on Saturday the 11th of November, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. That'll have Maria Z, Christian Anderson from Germany, Ethan Nash from Top News, and Bruce Pax, the medical warrior, right? So please pay attention, that'll come across your social media, and please participate. The other thing we've got coming up is, hang on, let me get my pages right here. We have for you to participate in on Saturday the 21st of October at 2:30. This will be at the Gummaraka Town Hall, and that'll be Hoodie's event. Right, Hoodie's coming over, and Hoodie and I are going to have a bit of a chat together. Alright, so please come to that. That's the announcements for now. So I want to start the day off. We've had some fantastic music from the Flaming Sandhookers. Give them a big hand, please. They are awesome. Well done, guys. And I want you to give you a big hand because you are amazing. You have withstood so much pressure, so much hatred pointed at you, and here you stand. You stand free and proud. You stand as Australians, black, white, brindle, green and yellow. We are Australians, we are one people. That is who we are. And I believe that no communist plot will divide us ever. All right, so please, give yourself a big hand. And be proud of who you are. Be proud of who you are. You are the warriors of the great Southland. You are the future of this nation. What you do from this day on will count. It really will count. And I will tell you a quick story before I introduce our first speaker. The quick story is this. Oh, I've lost my speaker sheet. Where did my speaker sheet go? Oh, somebody, Eric, can I pitch your speaker sheet? Oh, I've got one right here. A quick story. I had a phone call the other day and it was somebody doing a survey, and I don't do surveys, but this was about political issues in the Voice. So I thought I'll do this survey. And so, as the survey concluded, I think they got the gist of where my vote would actually go. And I said to the young lady, I said, can I ask you a question? She said, yes. I said, you know where my vote's going? She said, yes. I said, am I amongst the minority? And she giggled. She said, I've made 38 phone calls today. I have 2 more to do. So far there has been 1 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker today, and I want you to give her a big hand and pay a lot of respect to this lady. Could we please bring Auntie Kerry White to the microphone? Auntie Kerry White, where are you? Yeah. Well, we'd love to, but what we're trying to do is keep that alleyway clear for the people coming in and out of the hall, out of the parliament. Yeah.
I don't see the difference. Australians are facing a cost of living crisis, housing crisis, high mortgage payments, rental crisis, healthcare decline, and bogus climate change that's driving up energy costs. Assistance should only be given on a needs basis, not a race basis. But the government, both federal and states, say nothing to see here, folks. Instead, we're offering you the holy grail in the form of a referendum that will fix everything and divide Australia. Today, we are here to talk about the voice to Parliament, which is not only an apartheid, but it's also divisive. Our Constitution is colourblind and should not have race-based or identity politics enshrined in it. Aboriginal people are already recognised by the Constitution, as is every other citizen of Australia. By enshrining their voice in the Constitution, it's elevating one race above all others. Albanese claims it's only a modest change to the Constitution, but nothing could be further from the truth. With the 1967 referendum, we became a nation united and Aboriginal people enjoying the same freedoms as the rest of Australia. The 1967 referendum was a referendum allowing the government to make laws for Aboriginal people. At least that's what the voters thought at the time. Then in 1992, we had the Mabo case. And in 1993, the High Court ruled in favour of native title. Interesting, the High Court claimed that that's what Australians voted for in the 1967 referendum. I guarantee you the voters didn't realise that at the time of the referendum, or maybe that was due to a lack of details. This highlights the dangers and pitfalls of changing our Constitution, regardless of the wording used. Over the past several decades, activists have ramped up their efforts and have achieved nothing more than create division in Australia, with Aboriginal-specific organisations Welcome to Country, Sorry Day, Invasion Day, Native Title Act and the Cultural Heritage Act. The voice mob and activists are and have been imposing intergenerational guilt onto colonists to garner sympathy for their cause. They have been doing this for decades while keeping Aboriginal people marginalised and living in poverty. Nothing the activists and elites have done has anything to do with assisting the most disadvantaged Aboriginal people. They are just pawns in their game for more money and power. The voice mob claim they want to get back to Aboriginal law, spelled L-O-R-E. They claim that the law is spiritual and has been violated by colonisation. If this spiritual law has been violated by colonisation, the only way it can be unviolated is by decolonisation. That is, if all traces of colonisation are removed, Australia would need to be returned to the wilderness that it once was before colonisation. The voice has three parts to it, which is voice, treaty and truth-telling. The truth, it's their truth, not the truth. It is not a one-page document, as Albanese would have you believe, or even a 26-page document. It's 112 pages. 86 of those pages discuss their hate-filled grievances against the Australian public and the government. 25 of those pages outline what they want. and it states they are not going to accept being an advisory body. It's not powerful enough. They don't want the voice to be legislated because they claim it is not powerful enough and can be removed with a stroke of a pen at any time. The chosen for the voice will be selected, not elected, and must be members of and aligned with the CPA ideologies. Once selected, the voice members cannot be voted out. Anthony Albanese joined the CPA, Communist Party of Australia, in activist movement in 1983, and he has remained a member of the party throughout his political career. Thomas Mayo and others in the Voice Working Party, when speaking about the Voice, clearly states that they want to get back to their communist roots, to get rid of democracy and punish the government and the people of Australia. These activists have infiltrated the government, organisations, universities, Aboriginal lands councils and businesses of Australia. Apart from stating that the Voice will not be an advisory-only body to the government, what else are they wanting? They want their own chamber in Parliament. They want a new building to be constructed to house the members of Parliament. They want their own lawyers and secretariats and must have the same amount of people in their chamber as is currently in the federal government. They want a yearly budget as well as rent, repatriations, compensation and a percentage of the GDP. They want to control all levels of government and ultimately bring down democracy. They want money and power. They do not care about Aboriginal people. They are just being exploited to achieve the aims of these activists. The Voice mob will bring the government to a standstill while every bill gets debated in the High Court. Why? Because everything at all levels of government do affect Aboriginal people, not just the other 97% of Australians. What we need is a royal commission into where all the money is going. Including Aboriginal land councils. We do not want or need a referendum for the Voice to Parliament or a referendum for recognition of Aboriginal people. We don't want or need a state-based Voice to Parliament either. It's time we remind the government that they work for us. We don't work for them. The government, the Voice to Parliament, be it federal or state, lobby groups and activists, they don't speak for us. Governments, activists and advisory bodies think that they know what's best for we the people, but they don't. They claim that they want to give Aboriginal people a voice, yet they ignore the voices of the majority of Australians. Real change for Aboriginal people will not come from governments, white people, activists or the myriad of advisory bodies. The endless money pit for Aboriginal people has not and will not change the outcomes for Aboriginal people in the bush. Real change can only come from a grassroots level. Self-determination begins with self. People must take responsibility. People must take responsibility for themselves, be accountable for their actions, and accept the consequences of their actions. For real change to occur, we need to stop feeling sorry for Aboriginal people and realise the difference between a hand up and a hand out. Tell the government to leave our constitution alone. We want a united Australia, not a divided Australia. Vote no to apartheid. Vote no to division. Vote no to recognition. Stand up, Australia. We are one people, one flag, one Australia. Vote no.